Okay. Hello, leather friends. Give it a second here to make sure things are working. I haven't done a live stream in this room in a little bit. So if you are here, there's COVID testing 19 is excited to be here. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Hopefully this thing is working. Just want to see before I get too far here. I'm just not talking to myself. All right. So today I want to talk about this auction thing that we've been trying out. I got a new auction, and we've got a brand new prototype I just put up this morning for auction. And I'm going to show you how I make the videos. The video that's going to go up later today, we're going to work on right now. Let's see. All right, cool. I think it's working. All right. So I just put up a auction for some vertical Bugs Moran, which you can see in the thumbnail for this video, but I'll try to pull it up here for a second. All right. So these are the new prototypes. I came into work yesterday, and Lupe in our shop showed me these wallets, and I was just stunned by it because I thought that it was just such a perfect idea with the two different orientations of how the cards enter into the wallet. So there's actually a hidden card slot underneath the vertical, sort of like our normal pattern piece that we've been using for the vertical Bugs Moran, placed on top of the form factor of the Frank the Enforcer. So it's a smaller form factor. It doesn't fold. And there's this larger opening that will fit folded cash. And then there's a hidden card slot underneath. And it turned out beautifully. It's really, really nice. And I also really like, we did a couple without a card holder on the back, like you see on this one. And then we did two that have a card slot on the back also. I'll try to show you here. Like this, like our normal Frank the Enforcer. So pretty excited about these, and I put them up for auction. See how buggy this is? Sometimes the bid thing doesn't show up. So it's very, very confusing, and I'm not sure why it sometimes shows up and sometimes it doesn't. So that's the other reason I wanted to hop on camera here today, is to explain what's going on with the auction stuff. So last week we did our Halloween private stock and started the experiment of the auction things. And we noticed a couple issues that have become problematic that I could see being frustrated as a customer. So the way that this works is it's like a normal auction. You can place a bid. Right now they're set up to be increments of $10. So this one's starting at $150, and you could bid $150. And if the auction ends, you'll get it for that price. The system is supposed to send you an order that you're able to pay for. And I've changed the amount of time that you're able to pay for it currently to 2 days, where originally it was set to like a couple hours that you had an opportunity to pay for it, which I can't believe I didn't catch the first time. That wasn't great. What ended up happening was people were getting messages that were bidding on the item. And, if the highest bidder didn't buy it, then it would just go down the list to the other people that bid and just message them and ask, hey, would you like to buy this? You're the winning bidder. And it kept going down the list. And I think people were getting messages saying that they were winning bidder, even though like somebody else had already bought it. So it's kind of frustrating. The other thing that had happened was on the Hex wallet, the one that was for the Shining Carpet, that wallet, somebody paid my placeholder price. Like I have on here these 999s. Like I thought it would be obvious that that's not the real price. See, it hides it in here, but for some reason I can't get it to hide on this page. See how buggy the auction thing is? So there you go. All of them are up. So somebody paid this placeholder price on the bottom, and it broke the auction. So what ended up happening there was everybody that bid on the Hex wallet ended up getting a message because somebody paid the $999. So the only good news there is the person that bought it didn't like the size of it. The it was a tall Herbie and it was a little bit larger than they were expecting. So they're actually sending it back. So I think we're going to go back to that bid list and manually talk to people and see if people are interested in that hex wallet if it comes back to us. So that's what's up with the auctions. We've got those 4 new prototypes up, and they're really neat. Again, like I was struck with how great of a concept it was when I first saw it, and they're beautiful. Lupe's very skilled. In fact, everybody on our team here is incredibly skilled. So today I wanted to show you what it's like to make one of the videos that I do. And if you guys are here, say hi. I'm not sure if my audio is even working. I think it's working. But let's flip it over. I'm going to show you, this is a software program called Adobe Premiere. And this is where I make all the videos. So this video that we're going to be making today together, I filmed yesterday evening. And it's going to go up later today. So you'll be able to see just all my stupid outtakes. So look in the beginning here. Oh God, me coughing. Well, let's just run through how I go through this. Usually I'll just cut out the beginning and fade in the intro. Then I just kind of start listening.
It's Phil here from Ashland.
Oh, John, what's up?
It's a twofer this week. I've got another.
How you doing, John? Oh, Sherman. Sherman, actually, this is your wallet in that we're looking at right here. In fact, I think there's a bunch of stuff for you, Sherman, in this video that we're looking at right now.
And it's a twofer this week. I've got another batch of made-to-order wallets. These are custom-ordered wallets that we're shipping out today. Before we get to that, I wanted to show you some brand new prototypes. These are actually finished up today by Lupe here in our shop. And I thought they were so interesting. I was really excited to show you this.
All right, so I'm going to cut it there and see where we're at.
I have 4.
And then...
Interesting. I was really excited to show you this.
Hey, Jake Doug. Thank you very much.
Versions of this prototype, and this
Jaren's
is
here.
Vertical.
You're listening to episode 6 of the Full Grain Podcast. Dude, I've been having so much fun with the Full Grain Podcast, and thank you for bringing that up. Yesterday we got promoted by a fellow podcast. If you're not familiar with the Stitch Down Shoecast, they promoted us on some of their stuff yesterday. And I'm a fan of their show too. So you might be interested to check out Stitch Down Shoecast. But they like more than doubled what we normally see from people listening to those episodes. But selfishly, I've been having so much fun with my buddy Nick, just chatting about things that we like. And the conversations we've been having with creative people have been extremely satisfying. So on Monday, I actually have a guy that started up his own beverage brand, and he's worked with some famous brands like Old Style and White Claw. And we had a conversation with him about what it's like to create a consumer packaged goods brand. We also had a conversation that's coming out in 2 weeks with somebody that I'm a fan of, Jason Gregory from Maker, MAKR. And he was really fascinating. So he's coming soon. We're going to do a crossover episode with the Stitch On guys. The jacket I'm wearing today, I think we're going to be talking to this guy that makes denim and clothing, hopefully next week. So we got a lot of really great stuff. And it's like I said, selfishly for me, it's super satisfying. I've been putting up clips on the Full Grain Podcast YouTube channel too. So you might want to check out the clips there.
I have 4 different versions of this prototype, and this is the vertical Frank the Enforcer.
We're getting a phone call.
It's just like our normal Frank
the
Enforcer design, but we've got a couple card slots coming in.
Sounds like the audio's cracking a little bit.
Than what we normally do on the Frank the Enforcer. The first one here is Amaretto Shell Cordovan. So we have this larger slot in the top here. That's the normal size of our Frank the Enforcer. Just in case you're familiar with that design, this will fit.
Let's cut out this breath.
This will fit US dollars folded in half as well as regular credit cards. We also have this little hidden card slot underneath the stack of 2 vertical card slots here. On the back of this particular one, again, an Amaretto Shell Cordovan. There's nothing on the back like our normal Frank the Enforcer.
All right. Looks like I didn't stumble too much on this.
Here's another one that I like very much. This is raw denim shell cordovan. Same idea here with that large card slot in the top. This one has some hand-stained blue edges. We've got the hidden card slot, of course. And I should mention before we get...
Let's see, cut this out a little bit here.
Of course, I should mention before we get any farther that I'm going to put all these up for an auction again. And I wanted to give a brief summary of what happened.
Also, I should mention before I get too far in the editing here, I'm not like an expert at this. Oops, I'm not an expert at creating videos, and what I've optimized for is speed because I'm trying to make wallets and the stuff that we send to you guys. So I can't spend like all day making making videos as satisfying as it is. I love doing it. But I'm trying to optimize this process to be quick. So that's why right now there's one camera. I'll add in some photos to over the top. When I'm feeling ambitious, I'll do multiple cameras and sort of edit everything together that way. But this one that we're looking at today is very much optimized.
I wanted to give
for
a brief
speed.
Summary of what happened on the auction for Halloween private stock.
I'm going to fade those two together.
Brief summary of what happened on the auction for Halloween private stock. It was our first time trying out an auction with some new software, so we're still sort of learning the ropes on the auctions here. I think I've got it figured out for this round. All 4 of the items that we're looking at right here, all these prototypes are going to be going up for auction for over the weekend. Let
me cut that out.
Going up for auction for the auction over the weekend, I expect. Next one here.
What Dublin belt did you get, Beefette?
The next one here for the weekend. Auction over the weekend. Auction over the weekend. The next one here, this is cigar shell cordovan on that prototype. The big difference on this particular one is we have a card slot on the back in addition to the 2 on the front, the hidden card slot underneath, the larger card slot on the top. This one also has hand-stained cigar edges.
Yeah, we have this edge stain that we've been using matches the shell perfectly,
and the last one to show you
awesome.
here, this one turned out great. This is violet shell cordovan on this prototype Frank the Enforcer. We also have that additional card slot on the back with hand-stained violet edges.
Let's see I wonder what I did here. Probably a cough. Yeah, clear your throat. Oh, the other thing that was happening when I shot this video, so I was trying to record it in natural light, and the actually let me undo that. I was trying to record this in natural light, and this the light changed. Like the sun went away. So I just want to see what the color's like. Yeah, it's pretty close. Pretty close. Let's leave it. So this is what's called a gray card, and it helps you balance the white balance.
Edges. All right, let's get back to some more made-to-order custom wallets. The first one here is
an English tan Dublin belt.
Piece of garnet shell.
I love my English tan Dublin belt, and that English tan is so nice.
The first one here is an incredible piece of garnet shell cordovan.
So this wallet here, Sherman Tan, that's in the chat. This is your wallet, man, and it's so
of garnet
so nice.
Shell cordovan with the Western texture, and this is a tall Herbie. So you'll notice the bill slot on the outside here goes all the way.
So a little dirty secret about the English tan Dublin, or actually any leather from Horween, is every color that they make, like brown chrome excel is an example. The tannery will call it brown chrome excel, but they're color matching to their customers' prescribed tolerances. So even though it's called brown, each customer might have a different version of what they consider brown. So there's a product standard at the tannery for Viberg in that example, and the tannery will match the color of brown chrome excel to Viberg, to Timberland, to me, and they might all be different. On the outside here, it goes all the way so
up
English
to the
tan,
top. We're on our
I like the orangey one, the one that's like very vibrant. So I've actually changed my standard with the tannery a few times, and I'm loving the color they're giving me recently.
Thumb notch that's much lower. What I like.
There's a stumble.
Much lower. What I like most.
Go ahead. Yeah, so we're in the shop here, and you're gonna hear some loud
Lower.
noises.
What I like most about the
Just
tall Herbies,
ignore it.
you get this incredibly
If it gets too
large
loud, I'll turn off the mic.
context.
Yeah, hear this again.
What I like most about the tall Herbies is you get this incredibly large context of leather because it's such a large pattern piece. You get to see all the different.
Sorry if this is too loud. Oh, my natural boots. Sorry, it's gonna be really loud. See they're back here. Those are my natural shell Vibergs. And I'm wearing my Thunderdome ones right now. So please excuse the noise. Sorry if it's too crazy. In fact, I'll turn. I think there's a mute button on here somewhere. I'll just manually mute myself when I'm not talking here.
Context of leather because it's a little bit of a thumb notch that's much lower. What I like most about the tall Herbies is you get this incredibly large context of leather because it's such a large pattern piece. We get to see all the different interesting aspects. A little bit of a thumb notch that's much lower. What I like most about the tall Herbies is you get this incredibly large context of leather because it's Hi everyone, it's Phil here from Ashland Leather, and it's a twofer this week. I've got another batch of made-to-order wallets. These are custom-ordered wallets that we're shipping out today. Before we get to that, I wanted to show you some brand new prototypes. These are actually finished up today by Lupe here in our shop, and I thought they were so interesting. I was really excited to show you this. I have 4
So I'm doing a little audio mixing here. I like to high pass out some of these low ends that sometimes get a little boomy, and then my voice usually hits here.
Hi
around
everyone,
100
it's
hertz.
Phil here from Ashland Leather, and
and I boosted this just so I can hear some of the harshness and take it out. So we'll sweep around the frequencies until it gets until we can hear the harshness, and then I just cut it.
Hi everyone, it's Phil here from Ashland Leather, and it's a twofer this week. I've got another batch of made-to-order wallets. These are custom-ordered wallets.
Weird. So let's cut that out.
Hi everyone, it's Phil here from Ashland.
All right. I like a de-esser. Low voice.
Leather, and it's a twofer this week. I've got another batch of made-to-order wallets. These are custom-ordered wallets.
And I'll just put like a... This is like a quick and dirty way to mix the audio
that we're shipping out today. Before we get to that, I wanted to show you some brand new prototypes. These are actually finished up today by Lupe here.
Oh, the feed is off.
And I thought they were so interesting. I was really excited to show you this. I have 4 different versions of this prototype, and this is the vertical Frank the Enforcer. It's just like our normal Frank the Enforcer design, but we've got a couple card slots coming in from a different orientation than what we normally do on the Frank the Enforcer. The first
I haven't worn my those natural shell Vibergs as much as I wanted. This pesky patina Thunderdome's got.
First one here is Amaretto shell Cordovan. So we have this larger slot in the top here. That's the normal size of our Frank the Enforcer. Just in case you're familiar with that design, this will fit US.
Ooh, Rodrigo, good question on mystery boxes. That's something I struggle with because I know I like them a lot. They're fun to do for us because we can surprise people, hopefully pleasantly. And it allows us to, the truth of it is if we have random things around that we don't want to make a product page for, it's a good way for us to like clear out some product and put it in the mystery boxes. In the past, when we've done it, we try to double the value of the items in the boxes based on the price you paid. So if it's, $100 mystery box, we'll try to have like $200 worth of stuff in there. So I think that's a pleasant idea for everybody, for you, for the customer, and for us. But some of the stuff I struggle with on the mystery box is Yeah, I guess I'll flip it back over. Oh, God, thank you. I'm so sorry. I was just giving like a big exposition on mystery boxes. Sorry, I turned down the mic because of the sander here. So, anyways, I was kind of spoiled on the notion of mystery boxes from some negative feedback I got from a couple customers, and this was back in 2020 when we did mystery boxes for Makers United, and we were trying to raise money for University of Chicago Medicine. And this was at the moment when they couldn't get masks and they couldn't get protective equipment. And at that time, I thought it was a good idea to raise money for them, but also to promote some local makers. So myself, of course, I would contribute items to the mystery boxes, and then I bought product from other local brands. I paid full retail price in most cases and just gave them away. So it wasn't like a moneymaker for us, which was not the point, but people would get the boxes and would be upset. So it was a tough moment for me because I was trying to do something good and then I ended up upsetting a couple people. And I don't know if I'm fully uh, against mystery boxes, but the truth right now at this moment is we just have a hard time keeping up with the stuff that you guys are asking for now, which is a great problem to have. We just don't have a lot of product that I can contribute into a box. So I'm not fully against it. I want to rethink it a little bit because the other thing is like at this point we've been around long enough that a lot of you already have a lot of the stuff that we make. So I would want you to get something new that you're excited about that you want to use, and I don't want to just send you a bunch of stuff that you won't use. So that's where I'm at on mystery boxes. I think that's a really good question. It's been something we've been thinking about, but right now I'm not planning on doing more. Shell belts coming back. BFET. Actually, today I'm not wearing my denim, but when I wear my raw denim, I've been wearing the shell belt and I love it. We're gonna bring shell belts back. The concept that I want to run with for those, because sizing is challenging and then getting shell that's appropriate for belts is really difficult. I want to make one belt. So the goal right now in my mind is to have a monthly shell belt event where we make one makeup in the way that Alden might do makeups. And it could be color number 4 with a gold buckle, and we can customize to our likings and then offer it to you guys and have it be a sort of pre-order thing. And then try to do that, once a month. Maybe we do like a black one the month after that with a black buckle, do a blacked out version. So we're gonna do shell belts, but right now again, like we're having a hard time just doing the stuff that we're known for, like wallets and that kind of stuff. But we are gonna do shell belts. Oh, you got your first shell wallet, the Herbie. I'm wearing my Herbie right now. I love this guy. That Herbie. Back pocket. It's best guy. All right, sorry about losing the audio there. Oh, Jake, you got into us from the mystery box. That's good to hear. And you and 3 other customers at the Viberg sale in New York City a couple months ago were all had the shell Herbies. That's awesome, man. And to be, I'm a big fan of Brett Viberg and Viberg as a company. So just to be in the same sentence as that name is a big deal to me. That's really awesome. All right, let's get going further here. Let's see where we're
Familiar
at.
with that design? This will fit US dollars folded in half as well as regular credit cards. We also have this little hidden card slot underneath the stack of 2 vertical card slots here. On the back of this particular one, again, an amaretto shell cordovan. There's nothing on the back like our normal Frank the Enforcer. Here's another one that I like very much. This is raw denim shell cordovan. Same idea here with that large card slot in the top.
The audio is kind of clippy. On my end, at least.
Blue edges. We've got the hidden card slot, of course. I should mention before we get any farther that I'm going to put all these up for an auction again, and I wanted to give a brief summary of what happened on the auction for Halloween private stock. It was our first time trying out an auction with some new software, so we're still sort of learning the ropes on the auctions here. I think I've got it figured out for this round. All 4 of the items that we're looking at right here. All these prototypes are going to be going up for auction over the weekend. The next one here, this is cigar shell cordovan on that prototype. The big difference on this particular one is we have a card slot on the back in addition to the 2 on the front, the hidden card slot underneath, a larger card slot on the top. This one also has hand-stained cigar edges. And the last one I'll show you here, this one turned out great. This is violet shell cordovan on this prototype Frank the Enforcer. We also have that additional card slot on the back with hand-stained violet edges. All right, let's get back to some more made-to-order custom wallets. The first one here is an incredible piece of garnet shell cordovan with Western texture. And this is a tall Herbie, so you'll notice the bill slot on the outside here goes all the way up to the top, or on our normal fat Herbie, there's a little bit of a thumb notch that's much lower. What I like most about the tall Herbies is you get this incredibly large context of leather because it's such a large pattern piece. We get to see all the different interesting aspects of this Western texture. And then the garnet shell. This is the most red shell cordovan color that Horween makes. The other thing I love about the tall version of both the tall Herbie as well as the tall Tony the Ant is we get this really flush interior. We're able to flip this piece. We're able to
see. We're gonna have to cut that out.
Interior. We're able.
So when I film these, I kind of like shut my brain off and just spew nonsense, or at least I spew the things that I think about when I am holding the wallet. And sometimes I get in a direction that's dumb and I start over.
Interior. We're able to flip this middle piece around, so you're able to see all shell cordovan all through the inside of the wallet as well as on the outside. I've been reading the comments on the last video I put up earlier this week. Some people weren't aware of some of the options that we're doing, so I'm going to make a little bit of an extra effort to do more of these videos showing off some of the custom options that we do. There's a lot.
Cut out that breath.
That we do. There's a lot of stuff that we do and it changes all the time, so it can get a little bit confusing. So sorry for any frustration there. We've got a couple more pieces in the Western garnet shell cordovan. We have a vault key holder here as well as our Lexington key holder. This is the single key case. The
You hear me get frustrated?
Holder. This is.
You can make noise and stuff today. You don't have to, people literally tiptoeing around me. We're in a workshop, guys. It's going to be noisy.
Key holder. This is. Key holder. The Lexington key case is our older key case that has a single screw post to hold keys off the top, where the vault key holder has 2 screw posts.
Let me cut that breath out.
Has 2 screw posts, so you can put 3 on each side. And here's an option that some people were not aware of. This is the Bugs Moran wallet, and we have this additional quick access card holder on the outside of the wallet. You'll notice that this is black shell cordovan with reverse black shell cordovan for that additional card holder on the outside of the Bugs Moran. Really nice. Really nice piece of black shell cordovan here, and I do know that it's very confusing that this green piece of leather is called reverse black. There's a good range of color in the reverse sides of the black shell cordovan. It can get a little bit dark green, a little bit more forest green, sometimes a little bit lighter in tan. And here's a good example of what.
Sometimes I go into hyperspeed because I got to get stuff done.
A little bit lighter in tan. Here's a good example of what I'm talking about. On the inside of this Bugs Moran, we have a combination of the 2 different
hyperdrive.
combination of the two different card holder variants that we do. On the left, you can see the vertical card slots with the hidden card slot underneath, and then we have our traditional card holders on the right with some really nice die splatter. And I have another Bugs Moran to show you. Also in black shell cordovan, there's no additional card holder for the quick access on the outside of this one. This one has been personalized with FDC on the front. Here's a look at the inside. This is on the front. Here's a look at the inside. The front. Here's a look at the inside. This is all vertical this time and here's a look at the inside.
Retake that one, huh?
On the front, and here's a look.
Yeah, it looks like I did it a few times.
On the front, and here's a look at the inside of this Bugs Moran, where we have all vertical card holders, and they turned out really nice with that Horween ink stamp right in the center.
All the wallets in this
center.
video are
so
really
speaking
good.
of things that we don't normally offer,
I have a hard time describing the JR Fold because it only looks useful once it's been used.
So speaking of things that we don't normally offer, this is a design called the JR Fold wallet in my favorite shell cordovan color. This is the Amaretto shell cordovan. This is a design, the third generation of,
this is a stumble. Let's see how much I stumble. You want to hear the
This JR Fold wallet is the third. This JR. Oh God. This JR. Oh God. This JR.
I forgot how to speak.
Offer. This is a design called the JR Fold wallet in my favorite shell cordovan color. This is the Amaretto shell cordovan. This is a design. This is a.
Oh God. Okay.
Shell cordovan. This JR Fold wallet was designed by the third generation owner of the tannery, Arnold Horween Jr. He actually cut a shape of leather that was similar to this, and it folded over as you're seeing here.
I have a hard time describing that one for some reason.
Similar to this, and it folded over as you're seeing here. And his idea was to put his cat.
Oh, D'Angelo, the prototype is so neat, isn't it? It's so great. I'll keep saying it every day, every chance I get. The people that work here are so talented, and I'm always so lucky just to be able to see the stuff that they create before you guys. But literally yesterday, I came into work and Lupe handed me those 4 wallets and said, "Hey, surprise!" Nobody asked Lupe to do that, but they all turned out really well. I like the concept a lot.
This, and it folded over as you're seeing here. And his idea was to put his cash inside the slot here, as well as cards underneath the flap, and the idea was that because this is a vegetable, and the idea was.
I'm not sure what kind of person would be upset with a mystery box. It's a mystery box. So BC, yeah. When we did Makers United, there were several people that I think were brought into our ecosystem that weren't necessarily familiar with what we do. So not only sometimes people didn't like the wallet or whatever leather good we sent, but I was sending other products that other people make, and they didn't like those either. So yeah, I think they kind of missed the point, because it was supposed to be a way to do a fundraiser, but also to let people experience some product for themselves, so get something back for themselves too.
And the idea behind this flap and the as well as cards underneath the flap. And the idea behind this minimalist design was that because it's made in a vegetable tan leather, this will mold and conform to everything inside. So it's as minimalist as it gets. When you wear this one, this leather folded over all your cards and cash, mold perfectly to everything inside, and it's just a really nice minimal form factor.
Yeah, kind of got a sentence out there. Oh, Jake Dog, I'm glad you liked it, man.
One last thing I wanted to mention about this one. This is a hand stitching on the bottom, which is not what we normally offer. So it's a little bit of an upgrade.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go back to this prototype, Frank the Enforcer.
Hey, Sherman Tan, are you still here? Because I have these wallets for you, and I need to do a little extra work. My brother Matt's out of town right now, and I don't want to bother him while he's on vacation. But these Western garnet pieces, as well as the Western whiskey, I have ready for you. And I don't remember if I should be consolidating all these to ship you in one shipment. So Sherman, if you're here, let's maybe chat now or chat later.
The Enforcer. Here's what we have with the vertical Frank the Enforcer. This is our standard Frank the Enforcer. This is our standard Frank the Enforcer here, where you can see we have the larger card opening in the center that will hold US dollars folded in half. Then we have the card slots underneath.
This Frank is super nice. That the 1940s calf is really cool, and I really like the back of this one. Yeah, sure. Maybe we can chat later. I just probably need to go through all our records to see what we owe you. But if it's just the garnet pieces and the whiskey, I'm ready to ship it to you. And I think you sent us an email asking for more stuff. I just want to know, like, do you want me to send the stuff now, or should we wait?
We have the card slots underneath. This is a really nice looking piece made in cobalt blue Dublin on top of 1940s blonde calfskin. This is some dead stock leather.
Right, we'll ship you what we got.
Sitting on since 1940.
We'll ship you. There's like 5 pieces we'll send you.
Since 1941. It's a really nice leather. It's a little bit thinner than most leather, which is why it's great for the Frank the Enforcer design here. So
check out the back of this wallet. This 1940s calf, and then the way that the customer prescribed the personalization was really great.
Here, let's have a look at the back where this one has been personalized with JF on top of that 1940s calf.
You've been burnt bad by random things in mystery boxes. Yeah, my biggest fear as a business owner is upsetting our customers. So that's why I'm trying to come on here earlier in this live stream talking about I was just talking about how we did the auction thing, and it's new, try new things, and it didn't go the way we expected. So I wanted to make people not upset with me. But same thing with the mystery boxes. That's why my philosophy there was to sort of double the value of, whatever's in the box from what you paid for it. Yeah, it's tough. The mystery box is awesome, but it's I get how it could be frustrating for some people.
Calf. And I have a few Apple Watch bands to show you. The first one here is made in natural horse butt, and this is the veg tan strips from the horse butt that was tanned alongside the shell cordovan. Really nice, thick, dense.
Surprised there's not more outtakes on this. Must have been feeling it yesterday.
The shell cordovan. Really nice, thick, dense leather here is a really good option for an Apple Watch band.
To cut out these breaths because it's just annoying to hear me breathe.
Option for an Apple Watch band, and you'll notice this is an unlined strap, and because it's vegetable tan, this will mold around your wrist just like that JR Fold wallet, and it will become very, very comfortable. I'm actually wearing a horse butt Chrome Excel here. This is the work shoe butt, and I've noticed this strap is very comfortable also. Here's another piece in a similar shade on the Apple Watch band. This is natural shell cordovan this time. You'll notice the bright shiny luster on the shell cordovan is much different than that horse.
We're having a hard time keeping Apple Watch bands
than that horse butt strip. So take a look closely at the horse butt strip on the left here. You'll see it does have a nice bright sheen to it, but there's sheen to it, but there's much more texture in the horse butt that are the strips that are not the shell. And that's a little bit confusing, but the shell cordovan is just a very specific dense membrane that's found in the hindquarter of every equine animal. So they have to dig down and scrape down to get to this dense fiber layer. This piece of horse butt here, this is still with the grain intact.
Wow, that was long-winded.
And I have one more Apple Watch band to show you. This is color number 4 shell cordovan, also an unlined.
Oh, Keith, I remember your wallet, the 100% done in blue. Oh, I'm glad you like it too. It makes my day. That wallet turned out great. And those are so I'm sure you've heard me say it a million times. Those thin shells for the inside are so hard for us
Strap.
to source.
And here's a really fun watch band. This is our 2-piece watch strap. And originally this was a 22 millimeter watch strap. We're able to fine tune the lug width just a little bit by 1 millimeter. So this one actually has been sanded down to fit a
Is this a Wizard of Oz thing where you peek behind the curtain?
down to fit a 21 millimeter lug width. This is made in some very nice psychedelic shell cordovan. It's a little bit purple and green looking, and we also have this hand whip stitch across the top and bottom.
Whoa, my audio went out there.
Stitch across the top and bottom of.
All right, let's keep it going.
Hand whip stitch across the top and bottom of the strap. I have 2 more textured pieces of shell cordovan. This is the Gator Amaretto shell
These are for you,
cordovan
Sherman.
on our key fob, and I also have another one to match that tall Herbie we were looking at earlier with the Western Garnet shell cordovan.
Well, let's see what this noise is. Oh, good old throat clear.
Do you know if this Bugs Moran is green? Green with a reverse?
Here's a good outtake. So here's a secret for when I shoot these videos is sometimes I have the light hitting me right in the face and not on the leather as much. And it's hard to see the color in that light. So this is me trying to figure out what color
There
it
was
was.
a black with reverse and then a green, I think.
Vertical bug?
I got it here. Use piece that has solid green on the reverse side. Yep.
All right, cool. This next wallet here is awesome. It's just like a really clean look on the interior because we selected the pieces to match nicely.
Shell cordovan. And here's a really interesting Bugs Moran. This is green shell cordovan. It's a little bit on the darker side from our green shell cordovan. Sometimes we also have a different color green that's called emerald, which is a little bit lighter. This piece of
I think there's 3 green shades that Horween makes. So there's dark green, green, and emerald green.
It's a little bit
They're all-
lighter. This piece
all
of
different.
green is very nice. It's a very deep green shade, almost like a forest green. We also have matching thread as well as green hand-stained edges for this Bugs Moran. On the inside, this is a really clean look where we have reverse black shell cordovan that matches that reverse green very nicely, so it gives it a really clean interior. And here's interior. And here's one step up from the Bugs Moran or one step down from the Fat Herbie, depending on how you look at it. This is the Tony the Ant design. You'll notice as I lay a Bugs Moran over the top of it, that the Tony the Ant is slightly wider. You see a little bit longer, and we made that one slightly bigger to accommodate cash inside the bill slot just a little bit more easily. You'll also notice we do a good job. Cutting the Horween shell cordovan ink stamp into nice visible spots. Really nice piece of shell cordovan here. You look at the inside, we have reverse shell cordovan on the left with the Horween ink stamp, as well as whiskey plus reverse on the second card blue here, and whiskey shell cordovan in the center.
Hyperdrive.
In the center. 2 more wallets to look at. Another piece here.
Here's one for
Western
Sherman.
Whiskey shell cordovan. That's my favorite tongue twister of the week. Again. Whiskey shell cordovan. That's my favorite tongue twister of the week. Again on the tall Herbie. Really beautiful shade of the whiskey shell cordovan. When you compare this to the natural shell cordovan, you'll notice that whiskey is a little bit darker and it has much more golden tones to it, a little bit more yellow. I actually have that natural shell cordovan piece that we're looking at earlier. Pretty similar color, but you'll notice that the Western whiskey here, a little bit more golden, a little bit more yellow. Here's a look at the inside of this one. We have that completely clean interior with all Western whiskey shell cordovan. Let's take a peek in the bill slot here. I like to see sometimes the reverse side of that Western texture. And the last custom wallet that we're going to look at.
Check out this wallet. I'll slow it down for this one.
Dave's
It's still sitting on the table over here, actually.
trying to save the craziest one for the end here. This is the Skip Finish shell cordovan. And I think this might be the last of what we have. Cordovan. I think this might be the last of what we have. I know originally we did not have much of this leather at all. We made a couple private stock items out of it. People seem to really enjoy this finished look, so they've ordered some made-to-order wallets out of that really cool skip finish. I'm not sure how to describe it, but it's got a really interesting depth
This leather's so awesome.
to it. It's almost like a texture depth, because I think he's layered on different stain coats and different colors that create this sort of like 3D effect in the texture. And especially in something like shell cordovan, what's really bright and shiny, really makes that texture look shiny, really makes that texture look very striking. So here's a look at that again. Really cool piece of the skip finish shell cordovan here. Here's a look at the inside. We have some hidden card slots on this one. This is reverse color shell cordovan underneath the skip finish shells on both sides, as well as the Horween shell cordovan shells on both sides, as well as the Horween shell cordovan stamp on the inside. Some people ask if these hidden slots are stitched down. Slots are stitched down. We, by default, will leave them not stitched to the bottom, so you get a big, large opening like this. But we can also stitch it down so you get 4 card slots on each side. So thanks for checking out everything in the video today.
All right, here's where we cut the end. Then we'll drop in the logo.
Video today. If you're curious,
Oops.
if you're curious
It's a lot of
in the
noise.
video today,
Let's cut that up.
if you're curious about this prototype, Frank the Enforcer, like I am, these will be going up on the site. These will be going up on the site by the time you see this video. You'll be able to bid on these. I'm going to start off a pretty low bit. Just be curious to see if people are interested in this design. And in fact, if you're seeing this video right now, tell me what you think of this one. I think this is a really unique look on a wallet. I don't think I've seen one just like this, and I think it might be
What do you guys think about the vertical Frank? I think it's pretty cool.
and I think it might be a better. And I think just like this, and I think just the two different orientations of the cards might make this a really ideal choice for a lot of people. So thanks.
A little lip noise there.
So thanks for checking it out. If you have any questions, definitely let me know. Until next time, hope you have a good one.
All right. Red Cube. Glad to hear it.
Hope you have a good one.
Let's add in our little our logo. There's actually, I don't know if you know this, there's 2 versions of this logo. So that's one. This is the ending one. So there's supposed to be like an intro logo and then an outro one. But I usually go for this guy at the end. We'll make it bigger.
A good one.
There you go. So no, the last thing, I wonder why it did that. The last thing we're going to do is do a little color adjustment.
Hi, everyone.
Sounds like I'm yelling.
It's Phil here from Ashland Leather, and
All right. The little intro. Yeah, maybe I should bring that one back instead. So the camera I've been using is really good. And these days I don't have to do, I just set the cameras to use the camera's color presets. They usually look great. Sometimes I get like a little too bright on the highlights, and I think it could sometimes use like a little extra contrast. And then some wallets I've noticed, like a darker cigar like this, that's pretty good, but sometimes I'll pump the shadows a tiny bit. And then usually need a little bit more vibrance to make it look like it's supposed to look. And do this curve that I found to be nice.
Hi everyone, it's Phil here from Ashland Leather, and it's a right here. Top or on our normal fat herbie. There's a lower well, most of the colors. It's incredibly large context. Like this is like how you see all the different aspects of this texture. And the this is the most color that Horween makes. The other thing I love about the tall version of both the tall Herbie as well as the tall Tony the Ant is we get this really flush interior. We're able to Arnold Horween juice.
See, that looks a little yellow. Yeah, it's all right.
Junior actually cut a shape of leather that was similar to this, and it folded over, as you're seeing here. And his idea was to put his cash inside the slot here, as well as cards underneath the flap. And the idea behind this minimalist design was that because it's made in a vegetable, different than lighter.
It looks pretty good.
Larger card slot here is
okay, cool. So that's how I make the videos. And it's not. Oh wait, I forgot. I want to add some photos over the top.
Hi everyone, it's Phil here from Ashland Leather, and it's a twofer this week. I've got another batch of made-to-order wallets. These are custom-ordered wallets that we're shipping out today. Before we get to that, I wanted to show you some brand new.
Let's add some photos.
New prototypes.
I like a little zoomy.
I wanted to show you some brand new prototypes. These are actually finished up today by Lupe here in our shop, and I thought they were so interesting.
It's a pretty quick and dirty way to make a video, right?
Some brand new prototypes. These are actually finished up today by Lupe here in our shop, and I thought they were so interesting. I was really excited to show you this. I have 4 different versions. I was really excited to show you this. I have 4 different versions of this prototype, and this is the vertical Frank.
Might be kind of neat to do like a zoom and like a slide down the screen kind of thing. Okay. Like this.
4 different versions of this prototype, and this is the vertical Frank the Enforcer. It's just like our normal Frank the Enforcer design.
This is a new concept that we're trying to manage. It's a vertical Frank. Yeah, and you can, if you're curious, it's up for auction on the website right now. Put it up as an auction to see what the feedback would be like. So here's what the auctions look like. So you can bid on these, and the auction ends on Sunday. But yeah, it's a vertical Frank. Turned out pretty cool. This one has like a tiny little ding on the back. That's the raw denim that's gonna, just when you wear that, that will fill in itself. It's pretty neat. Pretty neat. So yeah, we're trying new stuff.
Design, but we've got a couple card slots coming in from a different orientation than what we normally do on the Frank the Enforcer. The first one here is Amaretto is emerald. Here is amaretto. Is amaretto shell cordovan. So we have this larger slot in the top here. That's the normal size of our Frank the Enforcer, just in case you're familiar with that design. This will fit US dollars folded in half as well as regular credit cards. We also have this little hidden card slot underneath the stack of 2 vertical card slots.
Show that hidden.
Hidden card slot underneath the stack of 2 vertical card slots here. On the back of this particular one, again, an amaretto shell cordovan. There's nothing on the back like our normal Frank the Enforcer. Here's another one that I like very much. This is raw denim shell cordovan. Same idea here with that large card slot in the top. This one has some hand-stained blue edges. Got the hidden card slot, of course. I should mention before we get any farther that I'm going to put all these up for an auction again, and I wanted to give a brief summary of what happened on the auction for Halloween private stock. It was our first time trying.
Okay, I think we're good here. I think this is it. So, Red Cupid, Maj, and BFET, and Sherman, Leland, D'Angelo, Jaron, Rodrigo, Moek. Thank you guys for coming to hang out. Check out if you're interested in that vertical bugs, you can bid on it till I think noon Central Time on Sunday is the close of the auction. But if you're inclined, just leave me a comment maybe on this video or the video that we just edited together. What you guys think about it. But I'm thinking that we've been getting so much interest in the vertical Bugs Moran card orientation that I'm thinking people might like this one too. Plus the leather's really nice. So thanks for checking out this live stream with me today, guys. Oh, we did an hour. Perfect. I'll see you later. Have a great day.